Okay, I just talked for 15 minutes and realized my mic was off at the end. These are my thoughts on the iRacing Sim UI updates. Mainly some little gripes, changes I want to see. I guess we'll just get started because I don't want it to take forever. So we have the driver box here. This is just the main screen. I'm in a test session. So this is the main driver box screen. Laps, rules, and info got moved to the top, which really should work in conjunction with this driver box. I mean, I'm not in a session with other cars, but if you want to look at somebody else's laps, quite often you're just here clicking, find the driver, click their laps, click on their best lap, so you can go watch it. Well, now all this got moved to the top of the screen, so now, if I had another driver and I'm cycling through trying to find them, now I gotta scroll to the top, then scroll to laps, and then I can click on, oh, this is their best lap. That's kind of annoying. I'd like to see this move to the bottom. The other thing, this testing represents the session, so usually you'd have practice, qualify, and race here. Why can't we add arrows here, left and right, instead of just drop down and we gotta select? Like, if you want, make it like the camera. The camera has drop down or drop up or whatever, expand up. But it also has, left and right. You can go right to the next session. That should be up here as well. I don't like to use drop downs. It's really annoying. Just improve usability there. Info, rules, whatever. Off to the camera. So the camera, no longer you can minimize it. It just Control F12 brings it up. But, we got drop-down menus all over the place here. Kind of annoying. Really annoying. That's probably my main gripe, is there's too many drop-down menus. There's too much scrolling. Everything's hidden. You can't find what you want. This all was available the last time. There were tabs, but you're not often in here editing cameras, and you're not often changing your bindings. I also don't understand why turbo movement inputs and accelerations got moved over here to configuration. If you go into like a custom camera, or you're moving cameras around, this is a small track, but like if we want to go look at turn 7, well, until like an hour ago, I didn't even know that we still had a 10x speed, so we would be here all day trying to move this. Configuration, it's more clicks to get to where you want to go. Quite often you're using the position to position a camera, and if it's too slow, then the old format was it was right down here at the bottom and you click it. Now you got to go to another tab, then click it, then come back here, and then you got to move your camera, and it's too many clicks. All this needs to work together, needs to be in the same spot. I get what they're trying to do, but for usability, it's really, really frustrating and slows everything down. More clicks, it's just annoying. Similarly to that, off to the settings, all this, there's so much wasted space in here. We used to have a driving screen and all the information was on the screen. Now we have to scroll to find this stuff. It's not great. Keybinds, same thing. Like, there's dead space. You could add a whole second row over here on the side, but even still, there's more space than needs to be. Like, this key binding used to be like right here, and they had stacks and stacks, and if you were required to scroll to get anything, it was like 4 scrolls and you're to the bottom. Well, we've done 4 scrolls and we're only through one of the sections is key binding. There's too much scrolling that's associated with this. Just not great. And it's on everything. I guess you click up here, but I'm not going to be looking through here. I'm looking for what I'm trying to find in the main screen. This is primary. This, I guess, is like secondary, but it's way harder to use. And like, why do we have, like, these bars are enormous. It used to be everything was on one screen and you could see all the options immediately, and now it's just feels like American Truck Simulator or Euro Truck Simulator. And that's probably the worst interface I've experienced for trying to bind keys. You can't see what you've bound to anything, and this has kind of gone that same way. So that's that. The other thing, inside the car, you know, the black boxes are fine. They just don't read well. It's hard. It just looks like jumbled mess. It's just nothing's really broke out all that well. I mean, you can't. Yeah, it's just not great. It didn't change that much, but the old format read way better. And then stuff like this brake pressure bias, like if I'm clicking here, I can't click on the arrow. You have to pretty much click on the arrow, and the arrow is so small. Like, if you could just click, you know, to the left of the number or to the right, this whole piece right here should be a button. Or, you know, even have the button bigger than that to make adjustments. The other thing, I don't know if they've actually broke it or not, but like replacing tires. Well, I shouldn't have clicked that, but we'll hop out here.
Right,
just
that's
get a
it,
new
go.
car. But if we get out of the pits and I go in to toggle my tires, I can't. Toggle doesn't toggle the tires anymore. So it used to be if you hit toggle, it would turn off the left sides first, and then it would turn off the right sides, and then if you hit toggle again, it would turn off all your tires. Well, now you can't toggle with the toggle button. Yeah, it just stuff like that, little stuff like that. Also, why we have to click this tiny little box, make this whole grid, this whole quadrant, the button, and so you don't have, you're trying to race. I mean, you're trying to race, not trying to look at your mouse. To click a small ass button is really, really annoying. That's why I have keys bound to do this, but those aren't working right now, which I'm sure will come, but even still, like, user-ability for somebody with a mouse needs to be better. I think that's really the only thing I noticed. You know, the rest of it, you know, the style format's fine. Also, this in and out of the car, I mean, you get like a delay before the main screen comes on. The style and format's all right. Just, you know, some of this is hard to read inside the garage. You know, you have cold tire pressure, but it's hard to see, you know, this is an option that you can change. Stagger is something you can change. I mean, it just, it blends together and it just looks messy. There's also a ton of dead space in here. Like, why can't we, this car doesn't have that many options. There's front, left, left rear, right rear, and rear options. Well, the rear options they're not that big. Stretch this garage to the top of the screen so we can fit everything on the same page and you can read it all without having to scroll. That's main gripe, I guess, or key takeaways. There's too much drop down menus and there's too much scrolling associated with this UI update. I think that's the style and format is what it is. It's whatever. You can use it, or you can, you know, the colors, the contrast is fine. It's just the user ability has taken a step back and it's really annoying to use. The medium controls really didn't change. That's all still fine. But yeah, you've moved driver commands away from the driver box. So now you're, instead of working in this lower quadrant, now you're working this whole left side of the screen. And over here, when the camera controls come up, no, you can't hide it anymore. You know, you enable it, but then you disable it and you don't have that camera. The camera bar used to be here, so you could get back to it really quick without having to hit a shortcut. Now you can't. So those are just my key thoughts, I guess. Hopefully this gets tweaked. Hopefully we're not in the final. I'm sure it's not. I'm sure they're going to be working on it, but this is my feedback, I guess. Thanks for watching.